wish you love and happiness. I guess I wish you all the best. I wish you don't do like I do, and never fall in love with someone like you. 'Cause if you fell just like I did, you'd probably walk around the block like a little kid. But kids don't know, they can only guess how hard it is to wish you happiness. John Prine has just written dozens, if not 100 or more. Just really cool songs. Now, most of them are really simple, you know, very simple picking patterns, but just fun to listen to, and great, thoughtful and thought-provoking lyrics and stories. So we're going to take a look at a song that showed up later in his career, in the 90s, on an album called The Missing Years, All the Best. It's been a popular tune with some of my students lately, and I just thought, you know, it has some unusual things in the picking. Now, his picking is not really sophisticated, but he's very smooth at it. He uses one finger, well, a thumb and one finger, and keeps his other fingers anchored pretty well. I did that pretty much with 2 fingers, which is how I would almost always teach. Well, no, I would teach people to use 3 fingers. I don't think I used my ring finger at all. Probably didn't even hit the first string, because that's also something you don't hear. Now, you can take a song like this, and you don't have to play it exactly the way he does, but we are going to take a very detailed look at least the introduction. There's a kind of unusual thing that happens with that hammer-on, very common thing to do, to be playing a G chord and hammer on or move to notes out of a C chord, adding a C and an E. I'm capoed at the 5th fret, so I'm thinking in the key of G. You can capo it wherever you want. Zach Brown does this uncapoed, in the same key though, thinking in G, but that puts him really in G. And John is really in C. But capo at the 5th, key of G, in your head really is the key of C. Now, and the timing of that little hammer-on is very unusual compared to how you might hear it in Vincent or Helplessly Hoping. It's the same lick, it's the same move, but it's quite different. And we'll break down the mechanics of it, because it's not exactly what you would expect. Some unusual things happen with it. But the rest is pretty easy. 3 chords: G, D or D7 with F sharp in the bass. Now, you could play this with your thumb wrapped around. I don't think I did when I played it right there. I usually went to it with my second finger on the F sharp. And you don't even need a note on the first string. So you can play your first finger can play the C, or the way it works in the intro, it doesn't even play the C. It's 2 fingers, F sharp and A, and leaving the second string open. And there's a little, very typical chord progression. The first 2 lines really just work with chords 1 and 5. The second 2 lines are the same. The next pair of lines goes to the subdominant. It goes to chord 4 and works its way back, and the last 2 lines are almost the same as the first, with just a little, basically a second ending, so that it all comes back home on G. So very simple as far as the chord progression goes. Slightly unusual things that happen. Not all the verses are exactly the same, and then between each verse there's a half an intro played after the second verse, and half an intro played after the first verse, and then another whole intro played after the second verse, and then just a little tag at the end. Anyway, so have tablature to the intro, the lyrics and the chords on another page, and we will start breaking down John Prine's All the Best.